Yeah. What they talking about? Yeah, I took a break, let's get this shit started. Yeah, I heard your tape, yeah, it's big garbage. Heard the shit you make, boy, you big sorry. Yeah, as long as they same, nigga. Yeah, I took a break, let's get started. Yeah, I heard your tape, yeah, it's big garbage. Heard the shit you make, boy, you big sorry.
Yo. What's good people? You know, I'll be strolling along the internet doing my studies, trying to get information. And when I come across something, crazy, I think I'm gonna bring it to y'all because I see crazy stuff like this all the time. And, I think y'all should know some of this stuff that I be finding out about, because I don't be bored. I like to read and I like to find out things, you know what I'm saying? And when I do get bored, that's what I do. Yeah, we're gonna get into something crazy that I found out about on Twitter initially. And then I went and did my own research on it, and I'm gonna bring it to y'all. So dig this move. This is your Don't Listen podcast with your boy TP. And yes, I'm in the building. Definitely in the building with y'all. Yeah, so, doing my researches, I'm doing my researching, and I came across an article at first, and then the article referred you to go look somewhere else for different information. So I'm like, okay, that's what they doing? It's crazy. Because, when you press that consent button on all these apps that we got on our phones, on our computers, and on anything, or, on TVs, terms and agreements. Like, people really don't have the time or patience, to go through those things and read it line for line, because these companies have lawyers that write shit out and they elongate it. So you would get discouraged in reading it, where they could just say, hey, we're going to take your information, whatever you do, and we're going to monitor it, and we're going to sell it to other people and make money off of it. We're going to do all those things. But this particular story, I thought it was crazy because, some of the senators in the Congress, they really feel some type of way about it. And I thought that it was something newsworthy to bring to y'all. Because like I always tell people, I said, eyes on the screen, ears to the ground. A lot of people nowadays don't have time to just sit and watch TV. And then when you do, they don't give you nothing of substance. What I mean is, this story I haven't seen anywhere other than on Twitter and on Facebook, by regular folks doing their journalism, if you want to call it that, you know. And a lot of people got a problem with this, and I got a problem with it as well. And what I'm speaking on is Amazon Ring Doorbell. Now, me personally, I don't do shit that I got to worry about them catching surveillance of me doing. So I don't really got to worry about it. But it's all the other shit that it does that you're probably not privy to, because everybody want to protect their house. You know, people putting cameras on the doorbell because a lot of people out here stealing shit from people that they hard-earned money went to, and you want to catch people in the act of doing it. You want to see who's coming to your doorbell when it gets rung. You just want to, security, and I understand that. But at what cost do you give when you elect to have one of these systems on your door? I don't know if a lot of people are privy to that, because if you really know the information that that thing is doing and what it's giving Amazon, at least they know when you're coming and going out of your house. They can see the packages and everything that you come back with, and start tailoring ads and everything to you based on what you're doing. We already know our phones wake up when you talking. I know mine's do a lot. Could just be sitting there talking randomly, and then my screen will light up like I asked Google for something or asked Siri for something when I don't. That happens a lot. But a bill came up from Congressman Ed Markey, and he has something to say about Amazon and this Ring Doorbell. And I want y'all to see what he wrote. And I don't know how you're going to feel about it, but I know we already live in a surveillance state. Everything you do online is being stored somewhere. We all know that. We had Edward Snowden come out and tell us that, but I just thought what he said should be shared. And I'm going to read y'all an article from Politico also that, I just think is some information that y'all should understand and know what's going on, because I know everybody's life is busy and they might be unaware to what's going on with these situations. There's nobody really paying attention to that. And like I said, I was surprised when I read what I read. And I wasn't not really surprised. I ain't gonna say I was surprised. It just affirmed what I already knew. But let's see what the senator had to say in a letter that he sent to Amazon. So share my screen and let's get to it. Because I honestly think people should be aware of this shit that these people are doing. And it's just par for the course for all of us nowadays. But You know, it's what it is. It's what we living in an authoritarian government as of late. And this is just more affirmations of that. All right, so Senator Markey, his probe into Amazon reveals new privacy problems. Wow. As if we didn't know we had privacy problems. Because every time you say yes to one of these apps on your phone and everything else, you giving them the right to your privacy, whether you want to or not. And a lot of them don't allow you to opt in, to opt out. They don't give you, obvious choices that a person should have to do these things. So I think this is something I thought was important for y'all. Y'all can let me know in the comments if it wasn't. But here we go. Senator Markey's probe into Amazon's Ring reveals new privacy problems. Investigation raises concern about law enforcement's access to users' data without consent. A Ring refuses to commit to integrate face recognition technology into its products. Think about that. Because if they can read your face wherever you are, they can put you at a place wherever you are, no matter what you're doing. Couldn't be doing nothing, but they could say he was in the vicinity, right? All things that they used to need a warrant for, they just supersede the warrant and everything and just go get it. I just want y'all to see this. Washington, July 13th, 2022. Senator Ed Markey, a member of Commerce, Science, and Transportation Committee, today released the latest findings from his probe into Amazon doorbell company, Ring. The findings highlight the close relationship between Ring and law enforcement, including the proliferation of policing agencies on the Ring platform. In response to Senator Markey's June letter, Ring reported a more than five-fold increase in law enforcement partnerships on this platform since November 2019. Ring further revealed that the Ring has provided law enforcement with user footage through a process that does not require users' consent. Think about that. Things that they used to have to get a warrant for, companies are making decisions that supersede the court. Companies. And when I tell people this country has been captured by corporations, everybody think I be talking crazy, or you're a conspiracy theorist, or you're this or you're that. Now, companies want to control everything, and they are. And they are. We'll get into some other things on that in a different podcast. But let's see what the senator says. The senator says, as my ongoing investigation into Amazon illustrates, it has been increasingly difficult for the public to move, assemble, and converse in public without being tracked and recorded. Excuse me. That's what the senator said, Senator Markey. And he has a letter up on his website. Y'all can go there and look for yourself. He's a senator from the state of Massachusetts, okay? We cannot accept this as inevitable in our country. Increasing law enforcement's reliance on private surveillance creates a crisis of accountability. And I am particularly concerned that biometrics surveillance could become central to the growing web of surveillance systems that Amazon and other powerful tech companies are responsible for. I will continue to exercise oversight of these harmful corporate practices. In the meantime, Congress must pass the Facial Recognition and Biometric Technology Moratorium Act to stop law enforcement from accessing sensitive information about our faces, voices, and our bodies. Now, think about that. If you are out here doing something that you should do, you're being recorded. When you're out here doing something that you shouldn't do, you're being recorded. So where is it a point where they say, you know, maybe this information ain't for law enforcement to see because it has nothing to do with any crime that has been committed? How do we know that's even taking place? Because see, there's no body telling you that's what it is, and the senator really didn't go into that, but he did have responses that Amazon gave to him as far as his letter is concerned. And it's basically them telling a senator, a company telling a senator what they will not commit to. Okay. This is what Amazon Ring Company will not commit to. Refuse to commit to not incorporating voice recognition technology into its products. In a previous letter to Senator Markey, Ring refused to commit to not incorporate facial recognition technology into its products. Now, let me ask you this. You don't think they're going to find other ways to use that to use that information to sell you something, or use that information to give to another company to have something on you as well? I would say health insurance companies, because your biometric is everything that's going on inside of you. And if something could just look at you and read that, they could just start handing out information to whoever they want. There's no oversight on it. So why would somebody wanting just security on their front door need it to do all those different things? So let's continue. Reported 2,161 law enforcement agencies on its Neighbors Public Safety Service, a platform on which participating agencies can request footage from Ring users. This represents a more than 5-fold increase in law enforcement partnerships with Ring since November 2019. Okay, so they helped the police 2,161 times. Now, if you're not doing nothing wrong, you don't have nothing to worry about. But why is that a thing? Now, I understand we living in a crazy world now, and they want surveillance all over the place, right? But when do a company has a right to just give your information out without even letting you know, without your consent? Because I'm pretty sure most people that buy that shit, they ain't buying it for that. They buying it to protect their home, not to spy on their fucking neighbors, not to spy on people that just walking up to their door. This shit could have so many different implications on, whereas they just basically watching everything you doing. Who the fuck wants that? Who signed up for that? Home of the free my ass. I keep saying it. Disclosed it has provided videos to law enforcement in response to an emergency request through a process that does not require the consent of the device owner 11 times this year. Think about that. The police just goes to Amazon and says, hey, we need this footage. Without even telling you. And then who is Amazon to just say, be like, yeah, here, take it. That's what they have warrants for, folks. The cops go to a judge, get a warrant, and then I could see them getting the video. But who the fuck is Amazon to just say, here, take it? They making up decisions like they're part of the government. Think about that for a second. Failed to clarify the distance from which Ring products can capture audio recordings. Let me ask you this. If senators and congressmen and women have oversight on a company, how do the company then say, I don't have to give you anything that you asking for? We're fucking Amazon. The fuck we want to do. But who really has oversight? Now, if your country is not captured by corporations, then you would say your government has oversight. So who are these motherfuckers to refuse to give the information that a senator is asking for? How could they do that? Corporate capture. Okay. Refuse to commit to eliminate Ring Doorbell's default settings of automatically recording audio. Okay. You need audio from outside, just from random recordings, people walking past your doors, cars going past your houses, tracking that and everything else. What do they need all that information for? Number one. And then number two, is yours once you buy it, you would think, right? So wouldn't you have say over who gets your information? Who's to say, God forbid, that the police are coming and asking for said information for nefarious reasons? I know people don't like to hear that. Some of our listeners, because a lot of times when I speak truths on here, I see some numbers drop. And a lot of people don't want to hear what I be saying because it hurts them. You know what I'm saying? But it's a conversation for another day. But who are these to just say, yeah, y'all can have it, take it? Fuck they do that at? If you pay for something, you would think you have control over it, right? Oh, no, not any longer, folks. They've been telling you this for years. Once you sign them consent agreements on your phone, computer, tablet, whatever they have access to your information and whatever you put on said device. I know for the things I do, I need powerful equipment. So I'm pretty sure they're in my shit too. But, you know, for some reason, you know, once you buy shit, that means you buying shit to allow them to spy on you. Edward Snowden told us this, so pay attention. Refuse to commit to make end-to-end encryption the default storage option for consumers. Where I'm getting at, folks, is how can they refuse to do something a government official is telling them to do it? To do. Who are they? How does companies have more power than the government? Maybe your government is a company and they work hand in hand with other companies to amass control. Because, see, these were all the things they were saying when Trump was in office that, oh, yeah, he's going to be the worst president and make this country unbearable to live in and this and that. But it seems right now with Democrats got full control of it over shit. All these surveillance shit is happening. Right? All this surveillance shit is happening. And then all this authoritarianism is coming under Democrats when they said this was what going to happen under Trump. But they are enacting the same policies that they railed against when they weren't in power. Funny how that pendulum is swinging, folks. If people get off of this partisan shit, if people get off the partisan shit and look at stuff through their own eyes, not from the right or the left, and just look at it through your own eyes, you will know there's some truth into the shit that I say about Republicans and Democrats. They all in the same gang, folks. But let's continue. This bill was introduced by Senators Markey and Jeff Merkley alongside Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal and Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley. Okay. The Facial Recognition and Biometric Technology Moratorium Act. And there's a link on his page, Senator Markey's page, and it will take you to that. I'm not going to read all that. But this is what this act would do. It would prohibit the use of biometric technology by federal agencies and condition federal grant funding to state and local entities on moratoria on the use of biometric technology. Critically, the biometric surveillance moratoria would cover information derived from a privately operated biometric surveillance system. Let me ask you a question. Why does the Ring need to know your goddamn blood pressure levels? Why does it need to know if you're running a fever or not? Why does it need to know if you got diabetes? Because that's what biometric technology is. It basically tells what's going on with a person. So why would a security surveillance device needs to know all those fucking things? What do they need that for? All you need to do is when somebody acting up in front of your house, take some fucking pictures. And if they saying something crazy, record that shit and keep it moving. You turn the shit off. But now they can go and access the shit's recording all the time, regardless if you think it's not or it's recording all the time. And then police can go to Amazon and supersede a judge, supersede anything, and just go to Amazon and say, hey, we need this footage from here. And they'd be like, sure, here, take it. I talk about senators when they do bad shit, and I talk about senators when they do good shit. So props to Senator Markey and Jeff Merkley, Pramila Jayapal, and Ayanna Pressley for trying to do something about us still having some rights in this fucking country. It's no privacy at all. We are living in a security state of scared and crazy folks. Scared and crazy folks, y'all. And like I said, it doesn't matter if you're doing something right or something wrong, you're being fucking recorded. And it don't even gotta be a camera that's on your house. It could be on your neighbor's house. And what the fuck do they need to know biometric readings for a surveillance camera? I see this motherfucker did something wrong. He said something wrong. Okay, we use that. What the fuck they need biometric shit for? Blood pressure, diabetes and shit. Like, what they need that for? And they probably already have the technology incorporated into the cameras. That's just the part they don't tell you. Shit probably already there. Do. Conspiracy theory. Get the fuck out of here. Conspiracy theories, are they really conspiracy theories? Because it seemed like a lot of them been coming true as of late. And when people do come out and bring up shit like this, they get censored, they get arrested. For some reason, you stop gaining subscribers. Conspiracy theories. Do. Keep looking for those conspiracy theories, folks. Like I said, I thought that was some information that y'all probably should want to hear. You think you're doing something to protect your home, and by no fault of your own, you find yourself working for Amazon and working for the police. The things they get people to do without their knowledge and without them being aware of it. And I don't know how long it says since 2019 they've been doing it. It is now 2022. So do the math on that. You can imagine how much surveillance they have just off of that alone. You already know your phone is recording you, so now they have something else too. I want to read more for y'all. I'm not sure. Matter of fact, let's get to it. You know, why not? I got it open. You know, I got it open. I might as well read it. Because this is where I initially got the story from, and then, like I said, I had went to the website and found what I really needed from the senator. But let's read some more. Why not? I hate doing short pods. So let's do this. Okay. Make it bigger for y'all. So if y'all can't understand my reading, you can read it yourself as I go along. Okay. Amazon Ring. Excuse me. Amazon gave Ring videos to police without owner's permission. Oh, that's the key word. Without your permission. And it seems without the permission of a judge. So what's that all about, right? What's that all about? The relation highlights the many ways that police can get footage from Ring doorbells and how often it happens without consent. Amazon handed Ring video doorbell footage to police without owner's permission at least 11 times so far this year. And the year is not over yet, folks. A figure that highlights the unfettered access the company is giving police to doorsteps across the country. The relation came in a letter Amazon sent to Ed Markey, Democrat. That's the letter that I read for y'all on July 1st after the lawmaker questioned the video doorbell surveillance practices in June. Markey released the letter to the public on Wednesday. So this just happened, folks. So y'all can go back and read for yourself, like I always tell you to do. Don't take my word for it. Go look for yourself. The information is there. Ring, which Amazon bought in 2018, has repeatedly said that police can't view recordings unless clips are posted publicly or shared directly with police. Though that doesn't apply to police subpoenas and emergency requests. While the company policy has said this information can be shared without a user's consent, this letter is the first time the company has confirmed that it has handed over this information. Where's the oversight? Because if they just started questioning these people now, God knows what they've been doing the last 3 years unabated. Is data point that is likely to only heighten congressional scrutiny of the tech giant, which lawmakers have already upbraided over its privacy practices after its facial recognition service falsely associated 28 members of Congress with criminal mugshots in 2018, and how its Echo Dot Kids edition protected children's privacy. Think about that. This facial recognition technology is called recognition, falsely associated 28 members of Congress with criminal mugshots. So how do we know it ain't falsely associating regular folk with these same problems, and the police are using it? So how we know that? Obviously, there's no oversight. These people in Congress, do your fucking jobs and protect regular folk out here that voted your ass in. That's all people asking you to do is your goddamn job. Oversight. The company is also facing antitrust concerns over its dominance across online retail and its treatment of third-party sellers that uses its platform. So you know they scandalous already. So Ring doorbells in particular raise privacy concerns because of their popularity, Amazon's agreements with police, and Amazon's growing technological capabilities. In 2020, Ring responded to a letter from 5 senators and revealed that 4 employees improperly accessed Ring video data. So not only are they taking your videos, but the employees is up there acting a fool too, accessing your shit. Where's the oversight? They're not even overseeing their own people. The fuck? Amazon currently has agreed to let 2,161,000 police departments across the country use an app called Neighbors, where users post Ring camera footage and leave comments. What is that needed for? I don't get that. And let's just say the people that purchased this device, if they choose to use that app to do something on social media or whatever, that's their thing. But how can some random police department come in and say, yeah, give us that. We need that. Without getting even permission from a judge, or not even getting permission from the person who purchased the shit. How about that? Whatever, I'll continue. Amazon said in the letter it shares footage with police without a warrant under emergency circumstances involving imminent danger of death or serious physical harm. But they get to decide what that is. Amazon, a company, or the police department? Which one is doing that job? It seemed like both of them are doing it, and one of them is doing it that shouldn't be doing it. Who is a company to say, oh, what are we talking about? All this shit seems crazy, folks. What are we talking about? The company said it decides whether the request meets its standards of an emergency. There we go again. Who is Amazon to say what is a fucking emergency? That's what the judge for. They already have something in place where a judge signs a warrant and the police come do their job. Now Amazon get to say what is an emergency and what's not, and what the fuck? Yeah, it's simply untrue that Ring gives anyone unfettered access to customer data, says Amazon, or video. Ring said in a statement following the article's publication, stressing that it provides police with the access when it believes there is a danger of death or serious physical injury to any person, such as kidnapping or an attempted murder. Now, like I said, if they go about it the right way, what can you say? The person who owns the bell gave access to it. A judge said, yes, I believe there's sufficient evidence to say, yeah, we need a warrant for this. Yeah, go by that standard. And then that seems okay. But when a company gets to make a decision, to me, that's like the company is controlling what's going on. Excuse me. And that shit don't seem right to me. But who am I? I'm just a guy, just like y'all, right? Ring spokesperson Brendan Daly also said that the company also doesn't require consent when it shares footage to police with warrants, though it does notify the owners. Then how come none of the owners ever came out and said anything about this until now? And this shit been happening for 3 years. So I wonder if that statement is true. I'm not sure of that, Okay, Brian Huseman, Amazon's vice president of public policy. Listen to these titles. The vice president of public policy. Like he's a senator or a congressman person. Whoa, wrote in the letter to Markey that each of the 11 times it shared video without the consent of the device's owner, it was because Ring made a good faith determination that there was an imminent danger of death or serious physical injury to a person required disclosure of information without delay. Again, Amazon making calls on something that it should have no power or authority to do. Amazon didn't provide any details about when or where these 11 incidents took place. Of course they didn't, but the fact that they are able to do so when they are in a hearing baffles me. How these people got power? They're a company to say, nah, Senator, we ain't telling you shit. What you gonna do? Corporate capture of your government, folks. Amazon agreements with law enforcement allow officers to request Ring doorbell footage for entire neighborhoods. Whoa. When a request is sent in a specified geographical area, Ring owners get a notification asking them to upload recordings of a specific time period for police to see. The doorbells can be activated through motion detection and can capture audio from up to 30 feet away. According to a test from Consumer Reports, making them useful to the police. Like I said, if somebody's doing a crime, I can understand how that can help you. And I don't have a problem with that being used in that manner. What I do have a problem is when they could come in without a warrant and just tell Amazon, yo, we need that. And Amazon makes up their own mind and say, here, I'll give it to you. That's what I have a problem with. Because if the shit can stop somebody from dying, whatever it fucking takes, you know what I'm saying? But this shit here this is different. The company Amazon told Congressman, I ain't telling you shit. And the congressman said, well, all right. Gotta love it. You gotta love it. As my ongoing investigation into Amazon illustrates, it has become increasingly difficult for public to move, assemble, and converse in public without being tracked and recorded. That's what I said from the letter. While Congress is mulling over a federal data privacy law, the proposed bill would cover Ring sharing data with police, as it allows for exceptions in cases where a company needs to comply with law enforcement agencies. Now, like I said before, I have no problem with that. If the person gives their consent and the police comes with a warrant. Otherwise, it seems like you're violating somebody's right to privacy when you just taking recordings without their knowledge, soliciting footage and audio without a warrant. The hypocrisy of democracy don't require them to hold up to the same standards that we do. They do whatever the fuck they want. That's companies and authorities, okay? The company told the lawmaker, according to the letter, that Ring's customers expect and appreciate audio functionality. I would assume that is the case, because when you buy something, I hope people are reading and finding out everything that thing does. That way you know what it's capable of, for one, and for two, you know what it should and shouldn't be doing. Okay? So I hope people are doing that. And that's the end of that article. And it's in Politico. You can go there and check it out for yourself. Because I think, like I said, I thought it was something that people should know. And I anytime I run across something, that I think people should know what's going on, I'm going to bring it to y'all. Anytime that happens, I'm going to do it. Because, information is key. For all of us for some that's not paying attention to mainstream media, which they shouldn't, in my opinion, but that ain't in mainstream media. No one's talking about it. And you know why? Because Amazon is giving them dollars to put their damn shows on. So they're not going to say nothing bad about Amazon. But some news agencies that do print, excuse me, that do print and online media, they putting the shit out. And it's not everybody, and you got to wonder why. Or you really don't have to wonder why. All you got to do is look and see, oh, okay, this person owns Amazon, owns this newspaper, owns this TV station, owns this media outlet, online media outlet. So all the bad shit you don't hear about. Amazon is nefarious right now, where they had drivers that was dropping off, picking up, had them pissing in water jugs because these people had to deliver a certain amount of shit or they get docked pay because they ain't moving fast enough. Crushing union efforts for workers to unionize. Therefore, Amazon can hire and fire as they choose, set your wage as they choose, and spewing out a lot of garbage about unions. Those are the things that don't really get covered. Shout out to that brother from New York. I forget his name. It was right on my tongue. There's a brother from New York. He got fired from Amazon and he didn't stop his fight. Actually got a union established for Amazon in New York in their warehouse. So shout out to that brother for fighting the good fight. I forget his name, but y'all can look up that story and find out what his name is. I should have had it for y'all. Excuse me on that because that brother did something amazing and his story is being told. And if you in the know, you know who I'm talking about. And if you're not, just do a little research, folks. It's some people out here doing great things. Brothers and sisters of any color, because we all are brothers and sisters in some kind of way. So I just thought that story was interesting for all of y'all to know if you're not paying attention or people that are just maybe I then went somewhere, maybe you didn't know that the story went to, but whenever I come across something that I think y'all should know, I'm going to bring it to you. Because again, in my opinion, I bring true facts. Okay? So we're going to sign off with that. I want all of y'all to, stay safe out here. I hope all of y'all got enough on y'all plate to eat. Bills are being paid. And y'all paying attention to what's going on. Because we are devolving here in this fucking country and turning into a police state and being ran by some incompetent individuals. There was a story I saw that came out of New York where they was telling New Yorkers how to survive a nuclear attack. I had a video up on it, and I thought it was the craziest fucking shit I ever saw. Because if you look back in the past, they used to have people get under desks with their hands on their head and everything. Listen, folks, if a nuclear bomb was to go off, there ain't nothing you can do to protect yourself. You will be vapor. We all will be vapor. And these motherfuckers got us right on the cusp of it. These goddamn crazy ass folks fucking with Russia, and these crazy ass folks fucking with China, both of which are nuclear powers. And they act like they fucking with Afghanistan or Iraq, where these people barely can fight back and they talking all crazy. Yeah. Just pay attention, people. Ears on the screen. You can't do that, right? I done fucked up. Eyes on the screen, ears to the ground. Heck, hell, pay attention. This has been your Don't Listen podcast with your boy TP. Stop playing. And I'm out. Peace to all of you on your journey. Peace.